Hello students, how are you? I hope you're all doing good. So today we will discuss a new one, that is silk. As we have discussed in at the beginning of the chapters, that the natural fibers, we get natural fibers from plants and animals, and from plants we get cotton and jute that we have studied in class 6, and from animals we get wool and the silk. So we have discussed the first one, that wool, how we get wool and how we convert it into fabric, and today we will discuss about the silk. So before starting the chapter, before starting this silk, I want to discuss something interesting story about it. The story is that, as I've told you, that how it came to known across the world, but before coming across, how China came to know about this silk, how they discovered this silk. It was just something accidental. It was not supposed to be done, but it was accidental. It was found by an empress. Empress asked the emperor Sri Lankai that to find the cause why the mulberry leaves are getting damaged in the garden. The mulberry tree leaves that were present in the garden are getting damaged. So she asked him to find the cause, and she found that some white colored worm or some white colored insect is eating away their leaves, and also she found that they were spinning a cocoon around them, white shiny cocoon around them. So once she was sitting in the garden, I was enjoying the tea, and suddenly one of the cocoon fell on her tea. And as soon as the cocoon fell on the tea, the warm tea, the delicate threads came out from the cocoon. And that is where they discovered that how to make silk from this cocoon. So this is the story, and you know what happens after that. After that, they don't want this secret to get disclosed, so they were quite restricted. They were so strict about this that it should not be spread, but even after so much restriction, they were able to find it. So today we will discuss about the silk. So what is silk? Silk is soft, lustrous and smooth fiber, smooth animal fiber. And moreover, and it is a lightweight. It is not like heavy. It is a lightweight. It is so light you will feel comfortable to wear it. You have seen your mother having silk sari. You will see that silk sari is so lightweight. And we make silk, and silk is produced from the cocoon of the silkworm. The cocoons of the silkworm. This is how the silk is made. And the rearing of silkworm is called sericulture. What it is called? Sericulture. So see, this is the introduction of the silk. That silk is soft, lustrous, it is shiny, and it's smooth animal fiber, and as well as it is a quite lightweight. Silk is produced from the cocoons of the silkworm, and the rearing of the silkworm is called a sericulture. So let's discuss in detail. So before discussing about how we get silk from the silk moth, we will discuss about the life history. You have to know that there are 4 stages in the life of silk moth. See, every animal has their stage. Suppose we have childhood stage, then teenage, then adult, then old age. Similarly, this silk moth have 4 stages in their life. And what are they? What are the 4 life stages? The first is egg, then caterpillar. We all know what is caterpillar, or we better to say larva, then pupa, and then silk moth. So this is the life stage of 4 stage of silk moth. So what actually happened in these 4 stages of the life of the silk moth? So first, the female silk moth will lay thousands of eggs, and these eggs will hatch, and from there we get a caterpillar, or we can larva, and this larva, that is called caterpillar, and this caterpillar will grow in size. And when this caterpillar enters into the next stage of the pupa, it starts weaving a net to hold itself. But how this net is formed? So while moving their head, this caterpillar secretes a fiber. This caterpillar secretes fiber called, which is a kind of protein, I must say, kind of a protein, and this fiber hardens itself. Fiber hardens when it comes in contact with air. And this is where we get the silk, and this is how the silk fiber is formed. Soon this caterpillar completely covers itself by this silk fiber, and this covering is called cocoon, and then it enters into the pupa stage. The development of the pupa into the moth continues inside the cocoon only. When it develops itself completely into the moth, then it comes out, and they get converted from egg to silk moth. So you have seen that, now you have understood how cocoon made this silk fiber. But now we will discuss how we get silk fiber from this cocoon. Now tell me, see, as we have discussed that sheep has, what we have discussed? We have discussed that sheep has many breeds, right? Similarly, there are variety of silkworm. I must say, there are variety of silk moth, and each variety of the silk moth gives different type of silk. Different type of silk means, it is not like that different type of silk means they sometimes differ in texture, sometimes differ in the smoothness. So different type of silk depending on the texture or smoothness or the softness. So these are all, that there are the variety of the silk moth, and from this variety they yield a different type of silk. So what are the silk? There are different type of silk. There are different type of silk, and what are they? Like we have seen Tashar silk, Muga silk, Mulberry silk, the most common silk. So see, this is actually the silk, the type of silk that we get from where? That we get from the silk moth. So now we have discussed that how we get So how this silk moth make a fiber, and we have seen that from variety of the silk moth we get a variety different type of silk. So till now we will discuss up to this. In the next class we will discuss about how we make silk from this, or how we get this silk fiber from the cocoon of the silk moth. Till then, have a nice day.
Life cycle of the silk moth. The life cycle of the silk moth has several stages from egg to adult moth over a period of 6 to 8 weeks. Let us learn about various stages of the life cycle of the silk moth. Stage 1. The female silk moth lays tiny eggs. Stage 2. The eggs will begin to hatch about 2 weeks after being laid. A tiny caterpillar comes out when the egg hatches. These tiny caterpillars are called silkworms or larvae. Stage 3. The silkworm feeds on mulberry leaves and grows bigger within 3 to 4 weeks. Stage 4. The caterpillar then secretes a fiber made of protein which hardens when exposed to air. The caterpillar weaves the fiber around itself through figure of 8 movement of head forming a cocoon. Stage 5. The caterpillar takes 3 to 7 days to prepare the cocoon. Inside the cocoon, the caterpillar changes into a pupa. Stage 6. A few weeks later, the cocoon opens and an adult moth comes out. Silk threads are obtained from the cocoon of silkworm.